It's a great day to be a girl named Desiree, and thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. I am Desiree Chanel, and today we are on my couch. Today I wanted to do something different. I was gonna do a makeup look, but I didn't feel like it because I needed to go out and run some errands. So I just did a simple makeup look, and here comes my cat. Come on, get up here. So I had to go out and do a few errands. So I said, you know, I really have been wanting to do just a chit chat, just, you know, talk to you guys a little bit. You know, us small YouTubers, well, for me personally, I get a little bit discouraged because even though I have just started, I don't have a lot of subscribers. So you sometimes feel like, who are you even talking to? But I still wanted to do one because I feel like engaging with you guys, and I'm sure I'll get some feedback, but I just wanted to sit and talk with you guys because I feel like now, with me being like 24, I'm really trying to discover like who I am as a person. Like, a lot of people like go through this, whether you are on YouTube or not. Like, this is not like a YouTube thing, this is really like a personal thing. And I just felt like I've been in this, I don't want to call it a funk, but like, you just be like, what are you doing? Like, have you ever just felt like, what are you doing? And because you just see so much stuff on social media. Like, there's people who I went to like middle school with, and they are out here traveling, they married, they having babies, and I'm just sitting here like, oh, cool. And so sometimes that can be a little discouraging, especially when you feel like within your own life, like, you know, damn, we were on the same playing field, we both went to the same school, we both did this, and then you turn out one way and they turn out another way. And my big sister like always tells me, like, and she just actually tagged me in a post on the Shade Room, that it was something like, just because it hasn't manifested yet doesn't mean it's not going to, or doesn't mean it's not for you, or something along the lines of that. And I have to really go and like tell myself this like all the time, because it's really hard for me. Like, I'm really struggling to figure out like, who is Desiree, you know. I'm really trying to find myself. I'm reading this book now, and I started reading this book last year, but I stopped because I got lazy, I don't know. But it's called Radical Self-Love, and I have it on my iPad. I'm going to show you guys the cover, and it's, first of all, I'm only within the first chapter, and this book is amazing. Shout out to Gala Darling, the creator and the writer of this book. I mean, it is fantastic. It has like homework in the book that you're supposed to do. It's a really, really great book. So this is what it looks like, and I hope you guys can see that. So if you are trying to find this book, this is what it looks like. You can find them in your local library. I think it's pretty inexpensive on Apple Music.
Bitch,
Apple
what?
Music, girl, what? on the Apple Store and books. But I've started to read that book again because it's just like I said, I really am still feeling like, you know, I'm just not where I want to be. And I think that's normal for any young person, like, especially one that's not in a set career. Like, I'm getting ready to go back to school in January. For those of you who don't know, I want to be a labor and delivery nurse, so I will be going back to school to do that. And it's just like, after I had my surgery like last year, it really like knocked everything off. So if you don't know, I've had 2 heart surgeries, which I will go into in another video, but the first time I had it was in 2016, and I had to drop out of school. I had to withdraw from school because, you know, for the last semester it was rough. And then I went back to school, and then right after that, I had to have open heart surgery. So when that happened, it completely like knocked me off my game. Like, I had always been the type of person where it was like A, B, C, D. Like, I was so chronological in the things that I had did in my life. So when I got this curveball, it was like, what are we doing? Like, how are we going to pick back up from this? And I feel like ever since then, like, I've been like low-key on the struggle, but not even low-key, like for real on the struggle bus. Like, it's really been rough. Like, I ended up moving from Michigan to Atlanta, and it was just a shit show. Like, I was almost homeless. I couldn't find a decent job down here when I first moved down here. So it was like rough. So now that I am, you know, I thank God for the place that I have now. I have a great job now, but it's still like, you just ever feel like that purpose, like what you're supposed to be doing, it's just like you don't know. Like, I don't know. And I cannot explain the feeling. Like, I just know that I'm supposed to be doing more with my life. And I feel like, you know, oh, my job is this and it's that. And it's like, I was talking to my best friend, and she told me, you know, I'm still young. I'm still figuring out my life. I'm still getting ready to go back to school. Like, you have a job now. That doesn't make it your career. And when she said that, I was like, wow, like, you know, I don't have to get so stuck on, like, nobody says you have to be in this position for 50 years. Like, you go, do what you need to do, you get your experience, and you move on. So, and that's what I plan to do. Is just that sometimes I just really find myself, like, just in this funk of, like, what are we doing? What am I doing? Like, I don't know. And it's like, I know I'm not the only person that feel like that, which is why I wanted to make this little chit chat video, because I just feel like it's a lot of people my age who are really like, so now what? Especially, like I said, social media plays such a big part in a lot of people's lives. Like, you go on Instagram or Twitter or, you know, even YouTube, you just see all this stuff. Like, you see happiness, success, you want to have a body like this, you want to have a career like this, and then you go and reflect on yourself, and you're like, but I ain't got none of that shit, so now what? But I feel like that's where knowing who you are and what you're about really comes into play. And I figured out, like, I don't know what that is yet, so I'm on that journey to find that. I've started to meditate. Great. I mean, I had one of the best meditation experiences a few days ago, where I was really like in depth, breaking down, like really exploring the thoughts in my mind, and you know, doing that to try to get closer to God, because I am a Christian. Not a devout Christian now, but I do consider myself a Christian. But doing things to get closer to God, and like I said, in the midst of that, just asking him to fulfill what my purpose is, because I'm at a crossroad. I'm just like, all right, I'm here. Do I go left? Do I go right? Like, I just want to feel that sense of purpose, feel that sense of self-belonging, and I just don't have that yet. And I feel like that's okay. Like, again, I'm still young. I'm only 24. But I feel like now that I've realized it, I can start to work on it, because sometimes you get so washed out on what other people are doing, you're missing your own blessing. Like, you so worried about their blessing, but it's like, God can't bless you if you worry about somebody else. Like, what they got for them is for them. What God has for me is for me. And I have to realize that, and I have to know that, like, everything will happen in due time, because I'm a firm believer of everything happens for a reason. Every single thing, whether it be good or bad. And I relate that to, I want to kind of say the laws of attraction. I'm kind of focusing on that too, because I feel like it's true. Like, it has no other way to be. You know, if you think about it, like they always say it's so much easier to be negative than to be positive, which is true. And it's like, I know for myself, like when I get upset or like when I'm mad, it just seems like shit just start getting even more worse. So like if I'm, you know, say if I stub my toe, right? Because I'm clumsy as hell. So I stub my toe and I'm just going off like, oh, my damn toe. And this, you know, and I'm still mad about, like, I'm ranting about how bad I stubbed my toe. Then something else will happen and I may go, you know, to get some water or something and I spill the water. Or, you know, I drop the cup. Like, it's just a ripple effect of being negative and putting negative things out in the atmosphere. Like, I know there have been plenty of times where I've been like, say I was driving somewhere and I'm thinking, or I'm saying like, damn, I'm gonna be late. But I'm speeding trying to get there, but I end up being late. It's because I'm putting that out into the atmosphere. I'm putting it out into the universe. So that it's going to give back to me what I'm putting out. But I've also noticed that when I've been like super positive, when I have been thankful, when I have been prayerful, so many good things come back to me. Now that's just, I'm not the type of person where I believe that, oh, if you're a good person 100% of the time, nothing bad will ever happen to you. No, because it's life. No one but the Lord himself can dictate what's actually going to happen. But I think you can play roles into it. So with that, you really have to evaluate yourself and know and think like, okay, if my life is going like this, how am I a reflection of that? Like, it took me, what are you doing? It took me a really long time to understand that the reason why my outlook is the way it is because of what I feel internally. What I feel internally, I'm getting put out. It's just like water. It's just like the things that you eat. The things that go into your body come out. So when you're putting energy in, when you're putting good things in, then your out product will be good energy. You'll have higher spirits. You won't be tired, you know. It's the same thing with life. The more good and positive things that you know, put out, you can absorb in. And I'm just now learning that. And it's a daily process. Like, it's never like 100%. Like, every day I'm just like, yeah, I'm happy, cool, yeah. No, that shit is not realistic. But I think that now, because I am aware of it, I can go ahead and be on that journey to find a better me. I really firmly, you know, believe that. So, yeah, I keep a journal now. I don't write in it every day, but I do keep a journal next to my Bible. So, I do try to find Bible verses that correlate to what I'm feeling like. So I do use my Bible app. The Bible app is amazing. In the app, you can either type in a word, how you're feeling, or they have like emojis that you can click on, and it shows you different words that could match with that emoji face. So when you go and you click on that emoji face or that word, it will correlate a scripture that you can reference to, which I really, really like, because it's like, for instance, if I'm feeling sad, I can go and click on sad and it will bring me to a scripture that I know and that I can work on and say, this is what's going on, this is how I feel, but this is how you get through it within the Lord's eyes. So I do that. I try to be very thankful. I try to be very grateful, because just last year I was in a position where that's all I had was to be thankful and grateful for my health, for, you know, I may have not been able to pay my bills, but I had a roof over my head. Like, I didn't go without a home. So I think being grateful right now is also one of my main top priorities, because I need to be thankful and grateful for the things that I have already. Because if you can't be thankful and grateful for the things that you have already, what are you going to do when you get more? You cannot be blessed more if you don't appreciate the blessings that you have now. Are you tired? Appreciate the blessings that you have now. So it's every day is a work in progress. And I made this video because I have a couple of friends who are going through it, and I just want to know, you know, if you have went through it or if you're going through it, like, what did you do? How did you really get on the path to finding yourself? Because when you find yourself, so much goodness and greatness can come from it. You know, whether that be relationships, friendships, like I always say, you know, how can I go on and be this way to this person and feel this way towards this person when I can't even feel that way about myself? You can't love somebody else before you love yourself. Like, and that's what I used to look for. Like, especially in my last relationship, like, there was a lot of things that I did that was, you know, my fault as to why the relationship was the way it was. But I was looking for him to feel that void that I could only feel myself. Like, I'm like, okay, well, if I love him and he loved me, then by him loving me, I should be feeling like this type of way. But the way that I wanted to feel can only come from you loving yourself first. Does that make sense? Like, am I making sense? Like, because when you love yourself, then you are able to love a partner, and that partner can love you in a way that a partner should. Like, you have to have some type of self-love and self-worth to know how to be in a relationship, a good, you know, relationship, a good relationship. But yeah, so I just take it one day at a time. And again, if you guys are going through it right now, or if you went through it, I would love to hear like what you did, some tips or some tricks, you know, just to get on the path to really knowing who you are as a woman or a man. I would, you know, appreciate it so much. I'm looking forward to doing more chit chat, so I hope you guys really indeed like them. Of course, all of my social medias and things are always at the bottom in the description bar, so feel free to tweet me, DM me. You can even email me with some things that you guys have done to go ahead and, you know, get through this patch that I'm going through right now. Like I said, I'm just really taking it one day at a time, and I'm excited to see by this time next year, you know, what the Lord has in store for me. You know, how I'll be once that time comes. But that is all. I want to thank you guys so much for coming back to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and tell all your friends about me. And of course, hit that little bell so you never miss an upload. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.